Episode 56 TD April 18, 2024. April 23rd to 25th, 2024 Environmental Justice NEJAC meetings. Register here. In episode 56 TD1, on Friday, April 19, 2024 at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, President Biden and Vice President Harris talk Cancer Alley air pollution regulation just signed into law. Registration link, https://pitc.zoomgov.com/webinar/register/WN_LIM8E2VVSNM70_OHVI0XW2 EPA. National Environmental Justice Advisory Council, NEJAC, meetings. Date, April 23rd to 25th, 2024. Summary, the NEJAC will convene a hybrid in-person public meeting with a virtual option. The public meeting will start on Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024, at approximately 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. The NEJAC meeting continues Wednesday, April 24th, 2024, from approximately 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. through Thursday, April 25th, 2024, from approximately 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. The meeting discussions will focus on several topics including, but not limited to, workgroup updates, final recommendations for council consideration, presentations, panels, and discussions on potential charges with various EPA national program offices. Registration link, https://uSPA.zoomgov.com/webinar/register/WN_XCCN6M9 MRLKSDW9HR2W #sign/registration note. ROSEP's editor has registered to speak at the meeting about Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 organization, including ROSEP efforts to hand out purple air PM 2.5 monitors to any near neighbor of an indoor residential wood burner whose smoke infiltrates the near neighbor's yard and sickens them, and efforts to write a grant to provide a subsidy for a heat pump to any wood stove owner who trades in all their wood burning appliances for a heat pump. This ROSEP subsidy would be in addition to the federal state Focus on Energy in Wisconsin, up to $8,000 heat pump rebates based on a sliding income scale, available to any United States resident starting by September 2024. 3. The organization called Global Action Plan wants examples of misinformation about particulate pollution. ROSEP's editor has plenty of pollution misinformation to point out from the wood stove industry. You can share your screenshots to Global Action Plan by email to safersocials@globalactionplan.org.uk or using WhatsApp to 020-4534-39134. Request for information and proposals. 4A. OMB seeks input on the experiences of individuals and organizations. 4B. Department of Health and Human Services, Environmental Justice Community Innovator Challenge. 4C. U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA Regional Conservation Partnership Program, RCPP. 5. ROSEP View. The forestry.com website is probably the place to start to collect examples of misinformation about climate change to send to Global Health Plan. 5. ROSEP View. The forestry.com website is probably the place to start to collect examples of misinformation about climate change to send to Global Health Plan. 6. Arizona. Arizona issues high pollution advisory for Wednesday. 7. California, Cowichan Valley. ROSEP View. This citizen's letter to the editor from 2017 states that burning wood for home heating should not be regulated because burning wood is better than burning garbage. This is not enough reason to burn wood, in ROSEP's opinion. Hopefully this 2017 letter to the editor is a period piece, outdated by progress in educating the public on the adverse health effects of burning wood. 8. Cost of air pollution in California's San Joaquin Valley JAA, Dove Medical Press. 9. Colorado, Pagosa Springs. Help your health during the upcoming prescribed burns. 10. Georgia, Savannah. UN Health Agency sets higher, tougher bar for air quality Fox 28 Savannah. 11. Nevada, Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe spring prescribed fire operations continue. 12. New York, Peru. Editorial, burn ban on. 13. North Dakota, Grand Forks. MOE discontinues air quality advisory for Grand Forks. 14. Oregon, Portland. Large fire burning in debris pile at wood recycling plant in St. John's neighborhood. 15. Washington. Washington State University institutes new wildfire smoke policy. 16. Canada, British Columbia, Burns Lake. Wood burning appliance is possible cause of house fire. 17. Canada, Toronto. Smoky skies over parts of Ontario, likely wildfire related. 18. United Kingdom, Gloucestershire. Residents risk £300 fines for using log burners in South Gloucestershire. 19. United Kingdom, Wales. People will be fined if smoke is seen coming from their chimney. Wales Online. 21. United Kingdom, Scotland. Wood stove ban in new construction. There is also an existing subsidy for installation of wood stoves which strikes some people as untenable. ROSEP also finds a subsidy for wood burning stoves as untenable. 22. Bulgaria. ROSEP View. Protection of human lungs is not mentioned in this article. Wood burning stove wall protection. 23. Africa. ROSEP View. This new fad sounds like a health hazard. 24. India, Ahmedabad. Cities e-challenge system being reviewed. 25. India, Kolkata. Bylanes as polluted as main roads, bicyclists worst affected, survey.
26. Indonesia, Jakarta.
Eid holiday after. Jakarta's air quality is 5th worst in the world. 27. PM 2.5 and allergies. 28. PM 2.5 and breast cancer. 29. PM 2.5 and carbon emission. 30. PM 2.5 and infectious disease. 1. On April 19, 2024 at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, President Biden and Vice President Harris talk Cancer Alley air pollution regulation just signed into law. Registration link, https://pitc.zoomgov.com/webinar/register/WN_LIM8E2 VVSNM70_OHVI0XW excerpts edited by ROSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. White House Council on Environmental Quality. Webinar on the Biden-Harris administration's environmental justice progress. 1A, Cancer Alley Air Pollution Regulation. 1B, a renewable energy rule. 1C, $20 billion in awards to projects across the country. 1A, first topic of the talk. Cancer Alley Regulation of Hazardous Chemical Emissions. Last Tuesday, April 9th, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, issued a final rule that will significantly reduce toxic air pollution from chemical plants. The final rule will reduce the number of people with elevated cancer risk by 96% in communities near plants that emit ethylene oxide and chloroprene, including in what is often termed Cancer Alley in the Louisiana area, advancing President Biden's cancer moonshot and commitment to environmental justice. 1B, second topic of the talk. A renewable energy rule. Also last week, the U.S. Department of the Interior, DOI, announced a final renewable energy rule from the Bureau of Land Management that will lower consumer energy costs and the cost of developing solar and wind projects, improve renewable energy project application processes, and incentivize developers to continue responsibly developing solar and wind projects on public lands. Secretary of the Interior Deb Haaland also announced that DOI has now permitted more than 25 gigawatts of clean energy projects, surpassing a major milestone ahead of 2025, enough clean energy to power more than 12 million homes across the country. 1C, third topic of the talk. $20 billion in awards to projects across the country. On April 4th, Vice President Kamala Harris and EPA Administrator Michael Regan announced selections for $20 billion in awards to stand up a national financing network that will fund tens of thousands of climate and clean energy projects across the country. This investment is part of EPA's Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund, a first-of-its-kind and national-scale $27 billion program funded through President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act and covered under the Justice 40 initiative. USDA announced the availability of a historic $1.5 billion to invest in partner-driven conservation and climate solutions through the Regional Conservation Partnership Program, RCPP, which advances the Justice 40 initiative. White House Council on Environmental Quality. Webinar on the Biden-Harris administration's environmental justice progress. Date, Friday, April 19th, 2024 at 2:00 p.m., 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Pacific Time. Summary. The White House Council on Environmental Quality will host a webinar celebrating the first anniversary of a pivotal moment in our nation's commitment to environmental justice, Executive Order 14096, revitalizing our nation's commitment to environmental justice for all, signed by President Biden on April 21st, 2023. Registration link, https://pitc.zoomgov.com/webinar/register/WN_LIM8E2 VV/SNM70_OHVI0XW2 EPA. National Environmental Justice Advisory Council, NEJAC, meetings. Date, April 23rd to 25th, 2024 excerpts edited by ROSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Summary. The NEJAC will convene a hybrid in-person public meeting with a virtual option. The public meeting will start on Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024, at approximately 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. The NEJAC meeting continues Wednesday, April 24th, 2024, from approximately 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. through Thursday, April 25th, 2024, from approximately 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. The meeting discussions will focus on several topics including, but not limited to, workgroup updates, final recommendations for council consideration, presentations, panels, and discussions on potential charges with various EPA national program offices. Registration link, https://uspod.zoomgov.com/webinar/register/WN_XCCN6M9, MRLAKSDWN9HR2W#sign/registration 3. The organization called Global Action Plan wants examples of misinformation about particulate pollution. Excerpts edited by ROSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. ROSEP's editor has plenty of pollution misinformation to point out from the wood stove industry. You can share your screenshots with us by email to safersocials@globalactionplan.org, UK, or using WhatsApp to 020-4534-3913. Online climate misinformation is a growing problem. Some of it is overt and obvious, some less so. All of it serves to sow doubt and confusion in the public consciousness and slow down action on climate change. We know that public appetite for climate action is very high, but we also know that politicians perceive opposition to specific climate measures, such as low-traffic neighborhoods, heat pumps, and nature-friendly farming, to be greater than it actually is, thanks in large part to online storms that are whipped up, often artificially. If climate misinformation takes hold in online spaces, the risk is that politicians will take the view that climate action is toxic and caught up in the culture wars, and step back from their policy ambitions for fear of a public backlash. The only people who win in that scenario are fossil fuel companies and their allies. Help us spot online climate misinformation. Global Action Plan wants to force the big tech platforms and their regulators to confront the risk of climate misinformation increasing as the UK general election approaches, and we need your help to do this. In the run-up to the local elections in May, we're asking you to help us test our new climate misinformation reporting service. Send us screenshots of any content about climate change that doesn't look right, dodgy claims, wild conspiracies, slurs on scientists. Even if you're not sure if something counts as misinformation, send it to us. This test period running up to the local election will help us make sure that we fully prepare to spot and challenge climate misinformation ahead of the general election. We'll never capture your data and we'll keep all screenshots private. You can share your screenshots with us by email to safersocials@globalactionplan.org.uk or using WhatsApp to 020-4534-39134. Request for information and proposals. Federal agencies are seeking public input to help inform the development of funding opportunities, grant processes, policy, and program implementation. Below is a list of open requests for information and public comment. White House Office of Management and Budget, OMB, Executive Office of the President, Methods and Leading Practices for Advancing Public Participation and Community Engagement with the Federal Government. Request for information. Summary. 4A, OMB seeks input on the experiences of individuals and organizations, including from underserved communities, with informing federal government decision-making and participating in engagement activities with government agencies. Examples of leading practices in this space, and other recommendations on available methods, approaches, and tools that could assist in the effort to develop and implement a federal framework for participation and engagement. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. OMB welcomes input from a wide and diverse array of stakeholders in the public, private, advocacy, not-for-profit, and philanthropic sectors, including state, local, tribal, and territorial governments. OMB will review and consider the usability and applicability of responses to this RFI as OMB develops a federal framework for participation in community engagement, PPC, and supports agencies in their work to ensure that their policies and actions are responsive to all Americans. Link, https://www.federalregister.gov/documents//methods and leading practices for advancing public participation and community engagement with the deadline. May 17, 2024 Office of Management and Budget, OMB, and the U.S. General Services Administration, GSA President's Management Agenda, PMA, Learning Agenda, Public Participation and Community Engagement Evidence Challenge. Summary. Through a multi-phase challenge that includes a technical concept paper and a detailed evaluation toolkit, OMB and GSA seek a toolkit that agencies can use to rigorously evaluate and continually improve the effectiveness of their public participation and community engagement, PPC, activities. Challenge solvers are eligible for prize money up to $195,000 under this competition. Link, https://www.challenge.gov/question-challenge =PMALA deadline. May 21, 20204 at 6 p.m. Eastern Time 4B, Department of Health and Human Services, Environmental Justice Community Innovator Challenge. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Summary. The Office of the Assistant Secretary for Health, OASH, and the Office of Minority Health, OMH, are seeking community-led strategies and tools to address health disparities in communities disproportionately impacted by environmental risks and hazards, including those related to climate change and the cumulative impacts of other stressors. Applications open on March 19, 2024. Link, https://www.challenge.gov/question-challenge =HHS-environmental-justice-community-innovator-challenge deadline. Phase 2 open until June 30, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time 4C. U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA Regional Conservation Partnership Program, RCPP. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Request for proposal summary. USDA is accepting project proposals for the Regional Conservation Partnership Program, RCPP, now through July 2, 2024, that will help farmers, ranchers, and forest landowners adopt and expand conservation strategies to enhance natural resources while tackling the climate crisis. These projects in turn can save farmers money, create new revenue streams, and increase productivity. Link, https://www.nrcs.usda.gov/programs-initiatives/rcpp-regional-conservation-partnership-program/how-to-apply. Deadline, July 2, 2024 4D, The New York Times. Environmental Protection Agency gives $20 billion in Green Bank grants Bloomberg Law. White House activates $20 billion climate Kickstarter program. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. AP. New EPA rule says 200 U.S. chemical plants must reduce toxic emissions that are likely to cause cancer. 5. Rozep View. The Forestry.com website is probably the place to start to collect examples of misinformation about climate change to send to Global Health Plan. Debate over wood-burning stove ban. Forestry.com. Understanding the rumors and realities of wood-burning stove ban. Lately, there's been a lot of talk about a possible ban on wood stoves throughout. These fuels burn more cleanly and efficiently, significantly reducing the amount of harmful emissions. Regular maintenance. Keep your wood stoves, and it's all about reducing smoke and harmful particles while enjoying the warmth. How often should I replace my wood stove to ensure it's environmentally? 6. Arizona. Arizona issues high pollution advisory for Wednesday. Arizona issues high pollution advisory for Wednesday. Daily independent avoid using leaf blowers. Wood burning in residential fireplaces, chimneys, outdoor fire pits, and similar outdoor fires are prohibited in Maricopa. 7. California, Cowichan Valley. Rozep View. This citizen's letter to the editor from 2017 states that burning wood for home heating should not be regulated because burning wood is better than burning garbage. This is not enough reason to burn wood, in Rozep's opinion. Hopefully this 2017 letter to the editor is a period piece, outdated by progress in educating the public on the adverse health effects of burning wood. Elected officials need reality check. Cowichan Valley citizen heating your home with seasoned wood trumps burning garbage by a long shot. Second, the article also in the March 3, 2017 Citizen Re. Bings Creek. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. The North Cowichan proposed bylaw to restrict wood stoves being used to heat homes must be watered down drastically. Black Press Media March 14, 2017. Our elected officials need to do a reality check. First, the letter in the March 3, 2017 Citizen on the valley's air quality being exaggerated hit the nail right on the head with one exception. Open burning for 1 month in each spring and fall should be stopped because it is entirely unnecessary and because of what is being burned. Unfortunately, there are always those people who burn garbage, plastics, and other junk because it is easier than taking it to the proper disposal sites. The North Cowichan proposed bylaw to restrict wood stoves being used to heat homes must be watered down drastically because it amounts to a major disruption to quality of life for the majority of residents. Heating your home with seasoned wood trumps burning garbage by a long shot. 8. California, San Joaquin Valley. Cost of air pollution in California's San Joaquin Valley JAA. Dove Medical Press California's SJV is one of the most polluted regions in the U.S., exceeding state and national standards for ozone, O3, and particulate matter, PM 2.5. 9. Colorado, Pagosa Springs. Help your health during the upcoming prescribed burns. The Pagosa Springs sun. According to the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, CDPHE, breathing in wood smoke can irritate the eyes, nose, and throat, cause. 10. Georgia, Savannah. UN Health Agency sets higher, tougher bar for air quality. Fox 28 Savannah. This annual average for PM 2.5 in the guidelines is going to be extremely difficult to meet. There's very few people on the planet right now. 11. Nevada, Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe Spring prescribed fire operations continue. The Placer Sentinel pile burning involves burning /piles that are constructed by hand or mechanical equipment. Smoke from prescribed burns, wildfire, or wood. 12. New York, Peru. Editorial, burn ban on opinion. Press Republican.com. Burning pressure or chemically treated wood, painted or stained wood, or composite wood such as plywood and particle board. Firewood that has been. 13. North Dakota, Grand Forks. Updated. MOE discontinues air quality advisory for Grand Forks Gazette. A voluntary burn ban was also lifted as a result. The release also said that the provincial air quality objective for fine particulates, PM 2.5, is 25. 14. Oregon, Portland. Wood plant in St. John's neighborhood burning. KPTV large fire burning in debris pile at wood recycling plant in St. John's neighborhood. KGW smoke spreads across Portland, Oregon from a fire burning at a large wood debris pile in the St. John's neighborhood on Thursday, April 18, 2024. A large pile of wood debris burns at a wood recycling plant in Portland, Oregon on Thursday, April 18, 2024. Watch. Portland fire tackles large sawdust, pallet fire at wood recycling plant. Coin.com crews are responding to a large fire at a wood recycling plant in St. John's, Oregon. Firefighters are containing the pile of wood products from. 15. Washington. Washington State University institutes new wildfire smoke policy. WSU institutes new wildfire smoke policy. WSU Insider, Washington State University. Depending on the concentration of respirable airborne particulates, or PM 2.5, outdoor employees will be provided with N95 protective face piece. 16. Canada, British Columbia, Burns Lake. Wood burning appliance is possible cause of house fire. House fire probably started in basement. Burns Lake Lakes District News. The cause is still undetermined, but the wood burning appliance and accumulated combustible material surrounding it is very suspicious at the moment. 17. Canada, Toronto. Smoky skies over parts of Ontario likely wildfire related. Environment Canada, CTV News Toronto. But there is undoubtedly some low-level particulate matter, PM 2.5, that has been ejected in previous days over southern Ontario, which is not. 18. United Kingdom, Gloucestershire. Residents risk £300 fines for using log burners in South Gloucestershire. Gloucestershire live. This type of pollution is emitted from burning wood and can lead to serious health issues. Promoted stories. Smoke from outdoor burning is not. South Gloucestershire residents face £300 fine for using log burner. BBC. The council said its aim is to improve air quality by reducing harmful pollution emitted from burning wood which can cause health problems. South Gloucestershire residents face £300 fine for using log burner. Yahoo News Canada. Yahoo News Canada. The council said its aim is to improve air quality by reducing harmful pollution emitted from burning wood which can cause health problems. 19. United Kingdom, Wales. People will be fined if smoke is seen coming from their chimney. Wales Online. A wood burner. Warning letters and fines will be sent to people in one area of England if smoke from outdoor burning is. United Kingdom. People will be fined if smoke is seen coming from their chimney. Yahoo News UK. This type of pollution is produced from burning wood and can lead to serious health issues. This move follows a wood burner. Warning letters and this type of pollution is produced from burning wood and can lead to serious health issues. 20. United Kingdom, Yorkshire. Developer agrees to axe dozens of wood-burning stoves from controversial Dales Holiday Park. Yorkshire Post. A revised proposal for large modern holiday complex in open countryside in the highly protected Yorkshire Dales National Park should be approved. 21. United Kingdom, Scotland. Wood stove ban in new construction. There is also an existing subsidy for installation of wood stoves which strikes some people as untenable. ROSEP also finds a subsidy for wood-burning stoves as untenable. Urgent clarity needed over controversial stove fire ban, warns Highland MSP. Northern Times. Clarity is urgently needed over the ban on wood-burning stoves, a Highland MSP has warned after being inundated with concerns from confused Highland MSP grant demanding clarity on wood-burning stove ban. Strathspey Herald. Wood-burning stoves. The ban on new build properties to install wood burners and other direct emissions heating systems was brought in with a reader's letters. Nicola Sturgeon is not criticized so robustly because she's a woman. The Scotsman. The problem of smoke was solved in the 1990s by Debisai Geberhiwat and Adjurgish, who developed a smokeless wood-burning Magogo which collects all the wood stove ban, sparks row across highlands and islands. Open times. There is no ban on wood-burning stoves in new build properties, the Scottish government has said after confusing new rules stoked fears in the 22, Bulgaria. ROSEP view. Protection of human lungs is not mentioned in this article. Wood-burning stove wall protection. Travel Bulgaria. News. Wood-burning stove wall protection. 23. Africa. ROSEP view. This new fad sounds like a health hazard. Shisha smoking on the rise in student communities across Africa. University World News. Smoking device that uses coal, charcoal, or wood to heat tobacco, enabling the smoke to pass through a chamber of water before being smoked through a 24. India, Ahmedabad. Cities e-challenge system being reviewed. Ahmedabad News. Times of India. High air pollution levels near Hyderabad traffic junctions pose health risks due to PM 2.5 exceeding WHO guidelines. Cloud dispersions. Oxygen. 25. India, Kolkata. Bylanes as polluted as main roads. Bicyclists worst affected. Survey Kolkata. News. Times of India. In Hyderabad, high PM 2.5 levels near traffic intersections pose health risks. JNTUH study underscores the severe impact of pollutants.
26. Indonesia, Jakarta.
Eid holiday after, Jakarta's air quality is 5th worst in the world, VOI, particulate matter/PM, 2.5. The air quality monitoring site with the latest time recorded Jakarta as the city with the worst 5th rated air, 27, PM 2.5 in allergies. Exposure to air pollution not associated with allergic disease in early childhood. Gielio also, Johannes noted, prenatal exposure to particulate matter measuring 2.5 m and smaller, PM 2.5, has been associated with increased risks for asthma, 28, PM 2.5 and breast cancer. Air pollution linked to higher breast cancer risk, breastcancer.org. Fine particle air pollution, also called fine particulate matter air pollution would, or from organic compounds, like the residential exposure to, 29, PM 2.5 and carbon emission. Intricate synergistic effects between air pollution and carbon emission. ScienceDirect.com. Particulate matter 2.5 micrometers, PM 2.5, pollution and reducing carbon emissions. Quantifying the characteristics of PM 2.5 concentrations and CO2. 30, PM 2.5 and infectious disease. Differentiated impacts of short-term exposure to fine particulate constituents on infectious. ScienceDirect.com. PM 2.5 particles increase infectious disease risks in Chinese children and adolescents. Sulfate, SO42-, significantly impacts overall disease.